Many of the men who drowned when the Francie sank were well known to fishing charter operators in Auckland. A skipper who'd taken most of the men out, some on numerous occasions, said they loved to fish, but it wasn't simply recreational. They fished to feed their families. They paid around $80 each on Saturday to do so, while the men fished both the east and west coasts of Auckland. And the east coast is regarded as much more benign. They preferred Auckland's west coast because the snapper limit is 10 on that coast rather than 7. Throw in other good breeds and on a good day they could catch fish worth significantly more than their share of the cost of the charter. Tony Wallace owns the Kaipara Cat Fishing Charter Company, and he was out on the water on Saturday as well, but he didn't cross the bar. No one should have crossed it on Saturday, he said. Now, Tony Wallace was initially reluctant to say this strongly in public. As another charter operator, he didn't want to speak out about Bill McNatty's decision. But 8 people are dead, and Tony Wallace says those deaths were utterly preventable. And he was on the water, and he knew it was a high-risk decision the moment he heard it over the radio.
Yes. The minute he decided to go out, he was playing with people's lives. And there's no camaraderie between me and Bill, and that's one of the problems I have talking like this, John. People will just think I'm going to get back at him and he's a,
So have you expressed concern about Bill before? Have you said before that you worry about what we might call being excessively casual or even reckless with safety in terms of going over that bar?
Indeed. Yes, I got audited by Maritime New Zealand at one stage, and we were going through the books at my house. And once we finished that, I said to the guy that was looking at the books, now there's somebody on the Kaipara you need to do something about. This guy is going to kill somebody. And he sort of said, oh, yeah, who's that? Oh, well, yes, we've heard the name. We're aware of the name. Previous to that, I had 2 inspectors on my boat, once again going through your books and things, because the book's the most important part, It doesn't matter if your boat's sinking as long as your books are all right. And Bill went past, and I said to these guys, that's the guy you guys should be spending time with. He needs sorting out. He is going to kill somebody. And they just sort of go, oh, yeah, but it's pretty hard to police. And, no, it's very awkward to do that. And I said to them at the time, yeah, it'd be just like the bloody boat down south, the Dream Rider. Everybody dies, there's nobody left, so you start suing the bloody wife and ripping to her. So yeah.
Who were you talking to, Tony? Did you say this to Maritime New Zealand? Who were you talking to?
I said it to 3 of their, shall we call them inspectors? Guys that come and make sure that my T's are crossed, my I's are dotted and things like that.
And this wasn't professional rivalry because you're both operating out of the Kaipara. This was a genuine and sincere concern about the safety of passengers on Bill's boat.
Yes, indeed.
Can we talk about the conditions on the boat? Now, we don't know what happened in the sea, and so it's absolutely essential we don't jump to any conclusions. But one man who was washed up on shore seemed to have a life jacket on each arm. The 2 others who were winched in by chopper, there's just uncertainty about the situation with life jackets. Would they have been wearing life jackets coming over the bar in that kind of weather? Would you expect them to have had life jackets on?
I would have made it compulsory. I wouldn't have attempted to cross the bar unless, especially in those conditions. Man, we're talking bloody atrocious conditions. I wouldn't have attempted to do anything near the bar. I mean, we were well up inside the harbour, and it was, we only had a few minutes to go, so I wasn't too concerned about the weather. Once we changed angle, all that sort of, like I said earlier. But in that situation, that skipper, not only should he have been wearing a jacket, but every man on board, without a doubt. I mean, it's just common sense. What's the matter with the man? Jesus. Yeah, it's bloody awkward, John. It's bloody awkward. Drives me nuts.
What drives you nuts? What is the thing that drives you nuts, Tony?
The frustration of the whole situation. Those bloody boys there, they put their total faith in the skipper, and he f***ed it up. And I don't know why he f***ed it up. I don't know why he would want to actually go over the bar in those conditions. There's no logic to him doing that. There really isn't. Oh, hang on a minute, we'll toss the coin and see if we're ever going to get back. And that's exactly how it was.
What was it? Was the weather so bad that it was a coin toss? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, indeed. Indeed. Maybe when he went out, it would have been debatable. But when he was coming home, there was no doubt about it. That wind had really got up. He's got a boat that does, shall we say, 8 or 9, maybe 10 knots on a good day. The tide, when it's leaving the bloody Kaipara out on the heads there, it often gets to 7 knots. So he's coming in against the tide at a surplus of 2, 3, 4 knots. I don't know. And then with the wind, the tide's still running out, and the wind coming in makes the waves stand up. It's just, just incredible. Incredible that he would even think that. I did hear a rumour that he rung for advice from someone, and that person said to him, go to Australia. It's safer. In other words, stay out. Don't come in. He'd still have to be out there now. Maybe they'd have to get a helicopter and lift his crew off. But they'd be lifting him off alive. He should never have come in. He should never have bloody well gone out. This is, it's so annoying. It's so absolutely annoying.
Are you off to see the cops? Are you going to go and talk to somebody about this?
I feel I have to, because all the people that are talking so far are being too PC. They're being too polite. The fact of the matter is the skipper is the skipper, and he is solely and wholly responsible for the situation. And there was 6 boats down there. Bill was one of them, and he was the only clown that went across the bar.
That was the Kaipara Cat fishing charter owner, Tony Wallace. Now, Maritime New Zealand has declined to comment on Tony's claims. They did send us a statement saying the Francie had been surveyed and had been found to be sound and serviceable and had approval to cross the bar. Maritime New Zealand says one of the conditions was that there were enough life jackets on board and that it was compulsory to wear a life jacket while crossing the bar. Obviously, an investigation is being held, and one of the things that we'll seek to establish is, were those life jackets being worn?